Hello, hello, Mr. P here, and on today's episode of Cup of Tea with Mr. P, we're going to talk about something that's bugged me for literally 20 years. Like 20 years and counting, really. So what exactly got people into thinking that all Nickelback songs sound the same? Stick around and we're going to deep dive into this mess. Hey, what's going on, peoples? Mr. P here, and today's hot take is a good one. There's this ridiculous narrative that all of Nickelback's songs sound the same. Obviously they don't, but this is an idea that people wholeheartedly believe, even if they've only heard like 3 songs, which are usually their most popular ones, like How You Remind Me, Rockstar, and Someday. Okay, now before we get into my little deep dive rant here, come on, you knew this was coming. The usual like and subscribe stuff below. It's crazy how many of my videos just don't show up in searches on YouTube, even when typing the exact title. Obviously, YouTube and I aren't besties, so do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button to let YouTube know that, yes, you want to hear my ridiculous rants and watch my tone match videos. Down there. Thank you very much. And on to the rant. Okay, you know what's funny is, back when I first heard How You Remind Me, I couldn't believe that it was Nickelback. I read online there was a new Nickelback song and searched like LimeWire or something to find it. And it was a radio rip of the song's premiere on a Canadian radio station. I remember very specifically the DJ referred to Chad as the King All before playing the track. My first thoughts, I thought it was a good song, but I thought it sounded more like this band Oleander than what I had been used to hearing of Nickelback. If you haven't heard Oleander before, check out the songs Why I'm Here, I Walk Alone, and Runaway Train. Great songs. And yes, I was a Nickelback fan before How You Remind Me. I thankfully heard them by way of the song Leader of Men and was a big fan of their album The State. So when I heard the song, I was like, it's okay. And yeah, I did listen to it a bunch. I thought it might take some time to get used to this type of song for them, since I was used to songs like Old Enough and Cowboy Hat. Who knew that that song and every single that came after it would be so huge? I mean, Silver Side Up was just massive, and it was a great song too. I mean, I remember it around the time that it came out, I found out my grandfather had cancer, and for whatever reason, I listened to that album nightly on drives to clear my head. It just, I don't know, it had this kind of calming effect for some reason. Anyway, if you go to Spotify, you'll see that the band's most popular songs are, I hate Spotify by the way, as it says it is, How You Remind Me, Rockstar, Burn It to the Ground, Far Away, and Saving Me. Okay, so I wasn't too far off. Surprisingly, Someday, not on that list. It was the first single off of the follow-up album, The Long Road. Now, about a year after that album was released was when this controversy happened. This is something that we can actually trace back to around late 2004, early 2005-ish, when a college student and musician, not a professional, just some dude who played an instrument, noticed that there was a similarity between the two Nickelback songs, How You Remind Me and Someday. This guy's girlfriend's favorite band was Nickelback, and his attitude essentially was, I hate that you like Nickelback, so I have to do everything I can to stop you from listening to them because I think I have superior taste in music than you. By the way, people need to stop doing this. This guy already sounds like a mass waving a huge red flag right now. Anyways, so he decides to cobble these two songs together into what's referred to as How You Remind Me of Someday, to basically be like, see, it's the same song. Now, here's where both he and his girlfriend are in the wrong. He actually manipulated the tracks, sped up and slowed down here and there to make them align. Not match up, but align so that like the drums and the chord changes kind of came in at the same time. Then there is the drum build that they like to do, which is great. I gotta admit, I do that a lot in Scatterlight songs too. It's a great way to come into a chorus. So, do the two songs have the same chord progressions? Okay, now for one, a quick visual will tell you no. How You Remind Me begins, hold on. Okay, now for one, a quick visual will tell you no. How You Remind Me begins here in the C position using suspended bar chords in drop D. While Someday starts in the B minor in the C sharp minor position, right here. Notice how I mentioned the chords, position, and tuning. Why does this matter? Well, because they're not the same. Just from that alone makes it very apparent that they aren't the same song. That should be enough for you. This should be where I drop the mic and walk away, but I just want to riff around for a little bit. No pun intended. The commonalities that these two songs do share are that they're both based around a standard 4-bar formula with a similar but distinct rhythmic phrasing. These very basic similarities are probably why the average music listener was so easily confused or readily able to believe this idea that the two were the same. I mean, most of the drums throughout Metallica's Black Album are pretty much the same, and people don't give Lars a whole lot of crap for that. Okay, maybe they do, but we're not here to pick on Lars. He's pretty awesome. What I find so interesting is how the public just latched onto this lie and believed it. This is still something that people believe, by the way. It kind of makes me wonder why no one gives AC/DC crap for all their songs sounding the same, which is a whole other thing right there. See, there's something that AC/DC and Nickelback have in common. The argument that all their songs sound the same. And I have to be honest, I used to think that all AC/DC songs sounded the same for a long time too. And in a way they do, I guess, but it's not in the way that you think. It's in the way that that sentence sounds and is perceived. Both Nickelback and AC/DC are both blessed and cursed with having something that should be referred to as their signature sound. When AC/DC comes on or they put out a new song, you know it's them immediately. And eventually, that's how it became for Nickelback too. With the Silver Side Up album, they found their sound. When you hear Nickelback, you know it's them in the same way when you hear AC/DC. And that's pretty cool. Again, like and subscribe button below to keep up with more of my rant videos like this, as well as my tone matching series and RD videos. Thanks again for watching. I'm Mr. P, and I'll be seeing you soon.